This is breaking news.
Wild rumors put several names in the frame for Rebel Wilson's royal orgy. British aristocrats were entertaining themselves with a furious game of Clue Tuesday, as they tried to figure out the identity of the minor royal who invited the actress Rebel Wilson to a lavish drug-fueled orgy at a Californian mansion in 2014. In her newly published memoir, Rebel Rising, Wilson, 44, said, "I got thrown a last-minute invite to a tech billionaire's party. The guy who invited me, who's like 15th or 20th in line to the British throne, had said to my male friend, 'We need more girls,'" she wrote. The party was insane. Men were jousting on horses in a field. Girls dressed as mermaids were in the pool. The property was massive, and because it was quite a drive, people had been assigned rooms to sleep there overnight. She claimed that in the early hours, illegal drugs were passed around. "There's a huge private fireworks display, and then all of a sudden it's 2 a.m. and a guy comes out with a large tray piled with what looks like a ton of candy," Wilson wrote. "I'm like, 'Ooh, is that candy?' And the guy holding the tray says, 'No, this is the Molly,' and I turn to the screenwriter I've been talking with confused. He says, 'Oh, it's for the orgy. The orgies normally start at these things about this time.'" She said that on hearing this, the comment by the Windsor about needing more girls started to make a lot more sense. She wrote, "They weren't talking about a boy-girl ratio like it was a year 8 disco. They were talking about an orgy." Wilson said she left the party as fast as she could. Various minor royals have been put in the frame by society gossips since Wilson's remarks surfaced on Monday. One British heir to a baronetcy told the Daily Beast, "The genius of it is that by saying they were 15th or 20th in line to the throne 10 years ago, I mean, that's a huge pool of people. There are vast numbers of Windsor cousins, and some of them have spent and do spend quite a lot of time out in the U.S." Another aristocrat, a friend of various minor royals, dismissed gossip that the royal in question was one particular relative of the king known for a party lifestyle. The individual, who was well known for partying behind closed doors back in the day, spent a great deal of time in California in the relevant years, but the friend said it couldn't be him. He might have been invited to a party, but the idea of him organizing girls, staying up all night and doing drugs, and having an orgy at that stage in his life is ridiculous. He was in a relationship and she wouldn't have put up with that kind of shit. Another acquaintance of the same rumored person said, "Her account is so vague, it's impossible to prove or disprove. I'm sure there have been plenty of fancy parties with drugs available in California since the dawn of human history. Maybe he was there. It's not inconceivable. I'm sure it's a great way to sell books." Another name that has floated around is that of another member of the royal family who is well known in society circles for their careless approach to drug taking. A friend of this person said, "The drugs certainly sound like his scene, but not the sex party thing. I guess she can't prove it because otherwise she would have said who it was." The royals have a long history of secret wild parties, often protected by a loyal coterie of friends. Princess Margaret and her first husband, Lord Snubbin, were among the most well-known royal hedonists, and their Kensington Palace apartment was a center of gravity for swinging London in the 1960s. In 2017, allegations emerged that police covered up investigations into claims that a TV wrestler dealt cocaine to Margaret, a heavy drinker and smoker. In the book, Can I Go Now?, author Brian Kello claimed that Jack Nicholson offered the princess cocaine at a dinner party held in her honor in 1979. She refused and spent the night dancing with John Travolta. Some royals and royally connected aristocrats to have been caught with or admitted to using drugs include Prince Harry, who admitted to taking cocaine, magic mushrooms, and weed in his memoir, Lord Frederick Windsor, 45, a second cousin of the Queen who admitted using cocaine at the age of 20, and Tom Parker Bowles, the Queen's son, who was caught admitting to cocaine use in 1999. Viscount David Linley, Princess Margaret's son, was blackmailed in 2007 by being threatened with the potential release of video footage showing alleged sexual acts and alleged cocaine use. His blackmailers got 5 years in prison.